Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches of the China Glaze Lite Brites collection. So there are 12 polishes in this collection. They are all bright, super neon, super pretty, summery collection. This is officially my second full collection of China Glaze polishes and I couldn't be more excited about it. These will be available in store sometime this month. I did order mine off of HP Beauty Bar. I know there are other places online you can find them like Amazon, Head to Toe Beauty, 88 Beauty. I will link HP Beauty Bar down below though where I purchased mine from. And so let's go ahead and get started. So our first polish is called Bite Me, and this is a coral pink polish with orange undertones. It is a cream polish, but it does have a little bit of a shimmer to it. So here's our first coat of Bite Me. This has a super great coverage, really even. No issues with pooling, unevenness, too thin of formulas. It's got a really good formula. Most of this collection has a pretty good formula though. So there's one coat. Here's our second coat of Bite Me. And this one covers completely in two coats for me. Again, really great coverage. So there's two coats. Our next polish is called Hot Flash, and this is your traditional bright red, apple red nail polish, and it is a cream polish. Here's our first coat of Hot Flash. Fantastic coverage on this as well, and it's really even. There's no really issues with patching or anything like that. Again, fantastic formula. So here's our first coat. Here's our second coat of Hot Flash. Found that all of these dried really quickly, but the cream polishes dried glossy, and then for the most part the shimmery polishes dried matte. So there's two coats. Next polish is called I Got a Blue Attitude, and this is a deeper blue polish. It's got a purple shimmer to it. It is a little bit difficult to pick up on camera, but it is very much apparent in person. Here's our first coat of I Got a Blue Attitude. Again, really great coverage, really great formula. This could almost be considered a one-coater. I would rather have two thin coats than one thick coat, so I did do two. So there's one coat. Here's our second coat of I Got a Blue Attitude. So for me, this covers completely in two coats. Great formula, quick dry time, does dry a little bit matte. So there's two coats. Our next polish is called I'll Pink to That, and this is a bright Barbie pink neon polish. This is also a cream polish. Here's our first coat of I'll Pink to That. Can we just talk real quick about how great of a name that is? This has amazing coverage, amazing formula, repeating myself, but it's the truth. There's our first coat, and our second coat of I'll Pink to That. This is one of the ones with a hidden shimmer in it, so it does dry down to a pretty matte finish. A good top coat will take care of that though. So there's two coats. Our next polish is called Let's Jam, and this is a super sweet lavender lilac purple polish with a baby blue shimmer in it. Here's our first coat of Let's Jam. This has one of the thinner formulas in the collection. This one was actually kind of disappointing to me. I was really excited about it because the blue shimmer, the purple polish, but it was kind of a disappointment. There's our first coat. See how it's a little bit patchy. The blue shimmer doesn't stand out nearly as much as I wanted it to. Good polish, but I just expected a little bit more out of it. It does dry down to a matte finish too. So there's 2 coats. Our next polish is called Lime After Lime, and this is obviously a lime green polish. It's a neon polish that is also a cream. Here's our first coat of Lime After Lime. Let's just go ahead and note how amazingly bright this is. Great formula. It's so bright though that it's gonna make my skin look a lot darker than it is, just so it can get the color right. So there's our first coat and our second coat of Lime After Lime. I was actually really impressed with the neons in this collection, that I didn't need a white base coat to get them this bright. This one does dry pretty shiny as well. So there's 2 coats. Next up we have Smackin Good, and this is more of a muted, dusty pink polish. It does have a little bit of a shimmer running through it, a pink shimmer, maybe even a little bit of a gold shimmer. Here's our first coat of Smackin Good. This has a pretty good coverage, pretty even coverage. It will take 2 coats just to level itself out, but it's totally worth it. So there's our first coat. Our second coat of Smackin Good. Seriously, this formula is fantastic. Across the board, it's pretty much great. There are a couple out there that I'm just not too sure about, but this one's great. So there's 2 coats. Our next polish is called None of Your Risky Business, and this is a super bright, super neon orange polish. I have seen a few people call it a macaroni and cheese polish, and that's because it looks a lot like the powder macaroni and cheese. And our first coat of None of Your Risky Business. Again, another polish that I was super impressed with, that it was as bright as advertised without needing a white base coat. And I love the color of this. So there's our first coat. Our second coat of None of Your Risky Business. Great even coverage on the second coat, covers completely. Awesome formula, just like the rest of them. Can you get 2 coats? Next up is called Papa Don't Peach, and this is more of a pink polish, in my opinion, than a peach polish. I would call it a coral. It's got the super strong gold glitter in there. So here's our first coat of Papa Don't Peach. This is the other one that was a super disappointment to me. This is probably the one I was most excited about, and not only is it like sheer and just not the color I expected, it's also super textured, which was not advertised. So the textured part wouldn't bother me nearly as much if I actually had the color of the bottle on my nails. But that being said, the gold stands out fantastically from this. It's got a great formula, and the polish looks fantastic after 2 coats of a matte top coat. So there are some plus sides to it. It's just the biggest disappointment of the bunch in my opinion because I was so excited about it. So there's 2 coats. Next up is We Got The Beet, and this is a fuchsia polish that has the same kind of gold glitter that Papa Don't Peach had. Here's our first coat of We Got The Beet. This was another polish in this collection, actually the only other polish in this collection that is textured and was not advertised to be textured. I'm not sure if it was on purpose. I mean, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it's intentional. It's just not, it wasn't said. So there's 1 coat, and here's 2 coats of We Got The Beet. However, this one has a great formula compared to Papa Don't Peach. It does cover completely in 2 coats, and I do get the color in the bottle on my nails. So this one's not nearly as bad as Papa Don't Peach to me. So there's 2 coats. Next up is What I Like About Blue, and this is a teal polish that has almost like a gold shimmer in it as well. Maybe a little bit more green of a shimmer. Here's our first coat of What I Like About Blue. This has a super even coverage. It is still just a little bit sheer. I can see my nails, my nail line. It looks more sheer in person though than it's coming up on camera. This has a pretty good formula too. Again, like most of the rest of the collection. So there's 1 coat. Here's 2 coats of What I Like About Blue. Now as you can see, this one does dry down to a matte finish. So you will want a good amount of top coat for that. Great even coverage on this one too. So there's 2 coats. And the last polish is called Whip It Good, and this is a super bright, super neon, perfect for summer yellow polish. And obviously my nails changed shape, broke one. It'll be okay, hopefully. Here's our first coat of Whip It Good. This has amazing coverage for a yellow polish, as light as this one. And while it's a light yellow, it's so bright and it's so vibrant. I'm super impressed with this. I love my yellow polishes, and this is one that I'm definitely going to be wearing a lot. So there's 1 coat. Here's our second coat of Whip It Good. I am going to go ahead and do a 3rd coat on this. I feel like I'm a little bit heavy-handed and it's just not completely even. But it is a good coverage where most people could probably get away with 2. So here's our 3rd coat of Whip It Good. This one covers completely on 3 coats. It's got a fantastic formula, easy to use, easy to work with, not too thick, not too thin. So there's 3 coats. So one of my obvious favorites was Smackin Good, which was the prettiest, lightest pink of the collection. But a surprise favorite of mine was Lime After Lime. They're just so bright, perfect formulas. Loved everything in this collection for the most part. But again, I will link down below HB Beauty Bar. I'll also link my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of this collection as well as individual swatch videos. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye!